Good morning. I'm Ipshita Mandal from MSc Zoology third semester, and my topic is fruit ripening hormone and its antioxidant properties. In this, we will discuss hormone, that is ethylene. Ethylene is the simplest of the organic compounds known as alkenes, which contain carbon-carbon double bonds, or we can say unsaturated bonds. It is a gas produced by plants and is known as ripening hormone, which stimulates fruit ripening. And every fruit has a certain level of ethylene production throughout its life cycle. Now, coming towards the some of the properties of ethylene, that is, it is colorless, it is flammable gas, and the flammable means it easily catches fire. Then it is sweet in taste and odor, and it is non-polar molecule, and it is soluble in non-polar solvents and insoluble in polar solvents like water. Now, from what sources actually we are getting the ethylene are some of the natural sources include natural gas and petroleum and naturally occurring hormones in plants. So it occurs naturally in the plants. It inhibits growth and promotes leaf fall, and in fruits in which it promotes ripening. Now, some of the uses of ethylene are that it is used in the manufacturing of alcohol, used in the manufacturing of polythene, used in promoting senescence, used to produce fabricated plastics, used as an herbicide, used as a curing agent for tobacco, used as a refrigerant, used as an anesthetic, and used to accelerate the ripening of fruits commercially, used to welding metals, used to prepare epoxy ethane, to make ethyl glycol, to prepare other important chemicals like ethyl alcohol. Now, coming towards the functions of the ethylene, at first is the growth. Ethylene stimulates horizontal growth and the swelling of the axis, but it inhibits the growth in the longitudinal axis. Second one is the gravity. It reduces the sensitivity to gravity. The stem become positively geotropic, and the leaves and flowers undergo drooping. Third one is the senescence. It speeds up and leaves. Fourth one is abscission. Ethylene stimulates the abscission of flowers, leaves, fruits, and other parts of the plant. It helps in the formation of hydrolases. And the fifth one is apical dominance. It prolongs dormancy of lateral birds and promotes apical dominance. Now, sixth one is breaking dormancy. It breaks the dormancy of seeds, birds, and storage organs, and thus helps the plant to grow again. That is coming out of a dead seed. The seventh one is ripening of fruit. Ethylene includes artificial ripening of climateric fruit such as banana, mango, apple, etc. And it also helps in flowering. Ethylene induces flowering in plants like pineapple and mango. And in some plants, it also causes fading of flowers. Based on their response to ethylene during maturation, fruits can be classified into two major groups, that is climacteric fruits, and the second one is non-climacteric fruits. Climacteric fruits means the fruits in which ripening is accompanied by a burst of ethylene. And in this, it can also respond to external ethylene by increasing their ripening rate. Means that ethylene is already present in the fruit, and when ripening starts, a burst of ethylene takes place. So fruit ripening occurs consecutively, and also it can respond to the external ethylene, and that is given by external source. Example of such fruits are fleshy fruits such as tomato, avocado, apple, melon, peach, kiwi, and banana. In non-climateric fruits, the ethylene production does not increase during ripening. These fruits can still ripen if they are exposed to an external ethylene source. Means that externally, if we provide ethylene, then it can respond to ethylene, non-climateric fruits. Some of the examples are strawberry, grape, and citrus fruits. Now, we will discuss that how ethylene act as a plant hormone. Ethylene is a plant growth regulator that act as a stress level of entire plant life by regulating and stimulating the opening of a flower, fruit ripening, and shading of leaves. It plays a vital role in stimulating fruit ripening. It helps in determining the sex of a flower. It is involved in the production of female flowers in male plant, and it promotes apogeotropism in roots. It helps in the root initiation and pollination. Ethylene increases the speed of leaf and flower senescence. It induces seed germination. It induces root growth to increase the capability of water and mineral absorption. It stimulates epinasty. It induces a climacteric rise in respiration in some plants. And it affects gravitropism. It stimulates mutational bending. It inhibits stem growth, it interferes with the auxin transport, it induces flowering in pineapples. Uh, Now we will discuss that how fruit ripening mechanism takes place. There are some steps in which fruit ripening occurs, and there are some changes that occurs during the fruit ripening. Um, at first, fruit bearing plants grow. The fruit accumulate water and nutrients from the plant, and they use these nutrients to create their flesh and seeds. Most of the growing fruit initially provide protection to the developing seeds. The color change in the fruit occurs as they ripen, and the color change occurs due to what? Actually, we will discuss in this. And this happens because of the breakdown of a green pigment called chlorophyll. We already know that chlorophyll is present in the green plants, and with the help of this pigment and the sunlight, energy from the sunlight, the green plants can make their own food. And the color of the plant is green is due to the present of pigment chlorophyll. So this pigment chlorophyll breakdowns, and along with the creation and accumulation of other pigments that is responsible for red, purple or blue hues, or that is anthocyanin, or bright red, yellow or orange hues that are carotenoids. Now another change that occurs in fruit is that softness of fruit. Now what happens, what actually causes the softness of the fruit? It is mainly because it is determined by the state of its cell wall. Cell walls surround each plant cell, and they consist of rigid layer of sugars called polysaccharides, which encase each cell's plasma membrane. And there are three main polysaccharides of the cell wall, which are cellulose, hemicellulose and pectin. These cell wall breakdown happens when protein celled enzymes dissolve these important cell wall polysaccharides. Now, the third property is that flavor of the fruit or sweetness of the fruit also occur after the fruit gets ripened. So during ripening, there is an increase in the breakdown of starch inside the fruit, and a corresponding increase in the breakdown of starch inside the fruit um, is because due to the increase in the amount of simple sugars which taste sweet as sucrose, glucose and fructose. Though these changes fruit ripen and becomes sweet, colored, soft and good tasting. The increase in ethylene concentration triggers an increase in the fruit's metabolism, causes the changes to the fruit that occur during the ripening. Uh, in the other metabolic process, we can say that transcriptional regulation occurs, in which MADS9, MYB1, MYBA1 plus other unidentified regulators, and these regulates the hormone regulation, which induces ABA, and ABA then causes the fruit ripening process. And in other hand, these transcriptional regulations also initiates limited ethylene synthesis, which in process ripens the fruit. And in fruit ripening, chlorophyll degradation occurs, pigment accumulation occurs, aroma development occurs, and cell wall loosening and texture change occurs. We can see in the diagram that one fruit, that is unripe fruit, is present, and in the other side ripe fruit is present, and we can see the physical conditions of the unripe fruit, that these physical conditions are green, and the fruit is green, the fruit is hard, sour, mealy, colorless. And in the ripe fruit, the physical conditions are: the fruit is red, the fruit has become soft, neutral, sweet in taste and odor, juicy or pulpy. And in the chemical processes, chemical cause, and the unripe fruit, it includes chlorophyll, pectin, acid, starch, large organs. And in the ripe fruit, it is anthocyanin, less pectin, neutral, sugar, etc. In the diagram, we can also see that how genetically we can see the ripening of the fruit occurs. It is that signal transcription regulation occurs, which transduct signals, and it induces ethylene synthesis, which in return actives the DNA, and then it ripens the fruit. After synthesis of the ethylene, regulation occurs, and then aroma, color change, taste change, membrane degradation, cell wall degradation, that is overall softening of the fruits, etc. occurs. Now we can see in the above picture that how ethylene, there is a process, there is a cycle actually, in which ethylene is produced in one fruit, then ethylene gas is detected by the near. If we keep one ripe fruit with many unripe fruit, then we can observe this thing that ethylene is produced in one fruit. Ethylene gas is detected by nearby fruits, and the nearby fruits begin to ripen and release ethylene. And in the next step is that ethylene production increases and more of the fruit ripens. So we have generally seen or listened to our elders saying that don't keep the ripe fruit with the unripe fruits, otherwise all the fruit will get ripened. So this is the main cause behind this ripening of the fruit. And now we will discuss about the antioxidant properties. At first we will discuss the properties, what are the antioxidant properties this ethylene is having, and then we will see that how actually the free radicals affect these things. This ethylene actually provides the antioxidant by some of the fruit or some of the food items, which actually helps in the free radical formation, which helps to stop the free radical formation. So some of the antioxidant properties are anti-cancer, balance blood sugar level, fight rheumatism, reduces skin aging, hydrates the skin, offers UV protection, Alzheimer's prevention, weight loss, control diabetes, strengthen immunity, and anti-asthma. Now we will see that how free radical actually affect these things, these properties. In the UV, we already know that it is an unstable O2 molecule that steal energy from the healthy cells, causing oxidative stress. And in Alzheimer's disease, the free radical, it is a major dementia related to an overproduction of free radicals, which leads to the generation of oxidative stress in brain tissue. And controlling diabetes, in this actually how free radical affect the diabetes is that it increases the level of oxygen and nitrogen, that is ROS and RNS, has been linked with the lipid peroxidation, non-enzymatic glycation of proteins, and oxidation of glucose, which contributes towards diabetes mellitus and its complications. And free radical also affect in weight loss, as through either diet, exercise, or bariatric surgery, reduced oxidative stress in obese individuals as evidenced by decreased levels of 8-isoprostane and malonaldehyde and increased activity of antioxidant enzymes. The free radicals also affect in the strengthening immunity, as free radicals damage immune cells. They interrupt the communication pathways that takes place between immune cells. They disrupt the balance already existing in the free radicals. And free radicals affecting asthma, as oxygen radical production is increased in asthma and is closely related to the pathogenesis and the exogenous oxidants such as cigarette smoke and ozone directly causing asthma. And it is in rheumatism also, free radicals are responsible for this. Free radicals are capable of damaging cellular components and accumulating evidences that suggest that they might contribute to various diseases, including inflammatory joint diseases. And free radicals also affect skin aging, as it causes acceleration in skin aging because it breaks down skin's collagen, resulting in unflattering skin blemishes like wrinkling, dark spots, loose and saggy skins. So these are how free radicals affect these some of the diseases and some of the causes. And this ethylene have antioxidant properties that stops the production of free radicals and thus helps in the above discussed causes, get rid of the above discussed causes. Thank you for patience listening.